talk about determinant again. Let's talk about determinant. Determinant for matrix. That's not for matrix. We'll talk about determinants there. Like just simple thing. We'll go limit that to 2 by 2 for this video. If you get matrix like say this one are 4, 2, 1, and say 8. And the same way you find the determinant. So usually, if this matrix is not A, if the same way you find the determinant, if you just say find, if you put it like this, this will be say find the determinant. You understand? Sometimes if you put it like this. This also means you find the determinant. Now, how you go to find the determinant? Very simple. So find the determinant is so easy. All you need to do is this times this minus this times this. That's all. So 4 times 8 is what? 32. Then minus 1 times 2 is what? 2. That gives you what? 30. So the determinant of A is 30. It's as simple as that. So determinant is just for a 2 by 2 matrix. This times this minus this times this. So remember, this times this minus what? This times this. This times this minus what? This times this. Okay? Do you understand that? This times this minus this times this. Okay. Now let's move on to the next, which is inverse. The inverse of a matrix. Now, if you're told to find the inverse of a matrix, okay? Let's have a matrix. Say let's use the same matrix 1, 8, and we are told to find the inverse. What you just need to do is, this is it, 1 over the determinant, then you have times, let's also assume that this is the matrix, then you swap this position, this gives you what? 8, 4, and this you negate their value. So if it is positive, it turns negative, if it is negative, it turns positive. Now since this is positive, it becomes minus 2. Since this is positive, it also becomes minus 1, you negate it. But if it is negative, you turn it to what? Positive. Okay, so this is just a function. This is how you find the what do you call it? The inverse of a matrix. The inverse of a matrix. So it is 1 over determinant times swapping this position. You swap this and negate this. Swap this and negate this. Okay, so that's it. I remember when we got the determinant is 32 minus 2, that's 30. So the answer gives us 1 over 30 bracket 8 minus 1 minus 2 and 4. So if you want to take, you can also use 1 over 30 to multiply everything here, so that it will give you 8 over 30 minus 2 over 30, then minus 1 over 30 and 4 over 30. You know, and also you can also work further and reduce to lowest term. Okay, now, well, the question is, what does inverse actually mean? The inverse, just like with your numbers, that is simple. If m times n gives you 1, it means say if m times n, if m na 4, n go be 1 over 4 for am to give you 1. So n na the inverse of m. So 1 over 4 is the inverse of 4. Now if 1 over 3 times 3 gives you 1, it means 3 is the inverse of 1 over 3. So a number times its inverse. Now we're talking about the multiplicative inverse. A number times its inverse will always give you 1. So in matrix, a matrix times its inverse will give you identity matrix. Now remember that the identity matrix is, what's the identity? Let me take off this. So this is the matrix. Now this is a matrix. Let's say this matrix as 4, 2, 1, and 8. Now times the inverse. This is the inverse, right? So in the inverse we got so let me use this one, or I can use this 8 over 30 minus 2 over 30 minus 1 over 30 and 4 over 30. So this times this will give you the identity matrix, which is 1, 0, 0, 1. Can you see that? Can you see that? So this times its inverse. Remember, the inverse of this is what we calculated and we got this right here, right? Okay, so this times its inverse will give you an identity matrix. So it's only telling us that this is the inverse of this, and this is also the inverse of this. If you find the inverse of this, you get this. If you find the inverse of this, you get this. So they are inverse of one another. Thank you. I hope it has helped. If you know help, maybe you call me for my number. Okay, bye-bye.